In this video, we are going to do the exercise called gate assembly. So the first step is to open up a new assembly file. We're going to click New, Assembly, OK. And then we are going to find our gate assembly folder. And we're going to open up the base stand. So click base stand, open. You always want to attach your first part to the origin. Right now, mine are hidden, so I'm going to click the arrow next to the eye and make them visible. I'll click that one and that one. All right, and then I will just click on the origin right there. And now you can see there's an F next to base stand and is fixed to the origin. Therefore, this part cannot move. Then I'm going to go into insert components. So click that. And I'm going to insert all of the other components. So we have 8 total. We're going to insert the arm connector. And we'll just place that about right here. We'll do that again for the arm. And you can hit enter on your keyboard to rerun the command. And we'll do the connecting arm. We'll do the connector joint. The double joint. The gate support. And then we have one more, which is the actual gate. So click gate and open that and place that somewhere over here. All right, so now we have all of our components in here. And step 3 is to add a distance mate between these 2 components right here. But first we need to rotate it so that this area right here is facing us. So I'm going to click the arrow under move component and click rotate component. And then I'm just going to rotate it this way so that it is about right there. Okay. And then I'm going to click check. All right. And now I'm going to add a coincident mate or a distance mate first. So we're going to click mate. And we're going to add a distance mate, which is this one right here, between these 2 faces here. So this face, and then rotate this over here in this mate. All right, and that's going to have a distance of 7. I'm just actually going to type in 7 inches here. And then I'm going to hit check. We want now that a mate is applied. Step 4 is to add a coincident mate. So I'm going to add a coincident mate between these 2 faces. Check. Right, and then I am going to add a coincident mate on the bottom 2 faces here. Check, and then I'm going to hit Control-7 to put this in ISO view. All right, and then we are going to add a concentric mate between this part of the gate and this part of the gate support. However, I'm going to click check to exit out of that, and I need to rotate the gate first to make it easier. So I'm going to hit rotate component, Then I'm going to click the gate and just rotate it and click check. Now I'm going to click mate again and add a concentric mate. So I'll just click this cylindrical shape here, and then I'll click the outside of this right there. And it automatically detects that we want to add a concentric mate. I'm going to click check, it's correct. And then I'm going to add a distance mate between this part of the gate, or the gate support, in the bottom face of the gate. So I'm going to put this over. So we're going to add a distance by clicking distance, and we want a distance of 1 inch. Okay. And then we're going to click check. Right. Now we are going to move on, and we are going to add a concentric mate between the base stand and the arm connector. So I'm going to select this one, and then I'm going to select this one right here. And it guessed we want a concentric, it was right. So we're going to click check. Right. And then I'm going to actually click and drag this up so I can see it better. You can use the graphics window to move your components if it's not fixed or if it's not constrained. So we'll click advanced mates, click width, and then I'm going to click first this space and this space. And then for my tab selection, I'm going to click the two that I want in between. So those two faces. And then I'm going to click check, and the width mate just puts this in between the two faces that you select. All right. And then I'm going to add the arm connector to our assembly. So the arm connector is this one right here. And we'll first add a concentric mate. And then a concentric mate with this part. Oh, I'm going to expand the standard mates and then click concentric and then check. And I'm going to move this out a little bit so it's easier to see. Now I'm going to go to my advanced mates and add a width. So I'll click this one and this one, and then I'll click this face and this one that I want it to go between, and then check. All right. Now we're going to move on to add another concentric and width mate. We're basically going to be adding concentric and width mates over and over again. So you'll have a lot of practice with that. All right, so we'll add a concentric mate between this one and the connecting arm. So just click on the connecting arm and expand standard mates and click concentric. Check. And now we'll just need to add a width mate between the two. So we'll expand the advanced mates, click width, and then select these two faces, and then select these two faces here. Okay, and then click check. And then, see, I'm going to hit Control-7 to put this in ISO view. And then we are going to add these last two components here. So this one's going to go first, same thing, concentric and concentric. And then we are going to add, and then we're going to add a width mate. So we're going to expand advanced mates, click width, select these two faces here. And then we're going to select these two faces. All right. And then click check. Now I'm going to add the last component right here. And we're going to do the same thing, concentric and width. So we'll expand the standard mates. I'll click this face here. And then I'll click this face, make those concentric and check. And then I'm going to move this down a little bit to make it easier for me. I'm going to expand advanced mates, click width, select these two faces. And then I'm going to select these two that I want it to go between. Right. And then click check. All right. So now we are moving to step 6. Oh, did click check. Okay. And then we'll click check again because we are done adding mates at the moment. So I'm going to move this over a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to hit Control-7. So it tells us to put the gate assembly similar to this. I'm going to move this out a little bit. I'm just, you can use the move, or you can just kind of use this free drag right here. Sometimes it's easier just to use the move because, you know, you can kind of have more direction on where you're going. But I think this will do. So then we are going to go back and first add a width mate, then add a concentric mate. So I'm going to hit mate. And then I'm going to select these two faces of the gate. Oh, whoops, I need to expand advanced mates and then add width. So I'll hit that face and that face. And then I'll go in and hit two faces I want it between. All right, and then hit check. And then I'm going to expand standard mates and add a concentric mate here between these two faces and click check. All right. And now we are on step 7. So click check again because we're done with that. And I'm going to hit Control-4 to put this on the right side view. And I'm just going to move this gate. You can see that it moves properly, and I'm just going to move it kind of in the center there. Then I'm going to hit Control-7. So now we're going to create an offset plane. And so in the assembly tab, click reference geometry plane. And you're just going to do this the same way we would in a part file. So for our first reference, we're going to do the right plane, expand your feature manager tree, and then select right plane. The distance is going to be 26.125 inches. And then we're going to click OK. And then we are going to mirror all of these components on using this plane 1 as the mirror plane. So to do that, we are going to go to the Insert, Mirror Components. The mirror plane is plane 1, or you can click on it or find it in your feature manager design tree. And then components to mirror, you can just do a selection window around these, or just click here, hold shift and click the bottom here to add all of the components here. And then, or so you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts total. And then we're going to click check. And you can see that this is mirrored. And so when I grab one side, it opens properly. So they open together here. I'm going to hide these origins so it looks a little better. And then That is all for the gate assembly.